Good job, baby. Good job. You got your spot. You judge everyone. Nice job. Perfect. All right, well, let's do some yoga. So find a comfortable seat. Close your eyes. And just take a moment to rock a little bit side to side, forward, back. Just feeling out your body. Just noticing how your sit bones become this pivot point. And over the next 1 to 5 breaths, settling into a comfortable seat. Allowing your sit bones to really root down as your foundation. And then increasing that breath by drawing in a deeper inhale. Allowing that to almost grow your body longer, grow your body taller. Noticing that natural pause at the top of the inhale. And then allowing for that long, slow exhale as you empty your way out. And just begin to scan through your body this morning. Notice if there's any spot that sticks out to you as tight or tender. Notice if there's anywhere that feels injured or in pain. Stay an extra moment when you find one of those spots to take a few breaths, a few moments of awareness in that area. Start your Ujjayi breath if you haven't already. So it's that soft Darth Vader breath, drawing the breath in, using those muscles, the back of your throat. Not forcing it, but just a little bit of action with the breath. And then mirroring that inhale with an exhale like you're fogging up a mirror. And we'll work with this collective intention today of being kind with ourselves. Allowing for some softness, for some surrender, for some ease in our practice. So with that in mind, notice the structure of your seated position. And begin to weave in some of that ease. So those areas that don't need to support you, let them soften. The shoulders, the jaw, the hips. So keeping that engagement through the core, the lift through the chest. And take a huge breath in, filling yourself up. At the top, hold, fold. As you're ready, exhale out the mouth, let it go. Again, like that, huge breath in, filling yourself up. Maybe sip in a little more breath, more air. Hold at the top. Exhale out the mouth, let it go. Do that 3 more times at your own pace. last round, imagine that some of the stress of your week, your month, of your year, some of that is just shedding off of you with that exhale. Now weave this intention back in mind, this idea of creating that ease, that softness. Notice if there's a specific spot in your body that is calling to you to have that be a touch point. If you don't have anything specific, then tune into your heart area, chest. Let that be your physical focal point. Slowly opening your eyes. We will bring the legs out in front. Little seated windshield wiper legs or butterfly on a rock. So starting to move slowly with your breath. Side to side, just getting some mobility through the hips and low back. And pick up the left leg. Cross the foot up over the thigh. Fingertips back behind you so you can bring the leg out as far in front of you as you need for that support. I'm going to fall off the porch, so I'm going to turn this way slightly. And then start to inch that heel back till you feel a bit of a stretch. And if you feel a stretch pretty deeply, then don't push it. You're just, especially this morning, being very kind to your body, especially at the beginning. And if you liked that movement, you can start bringing in mobility. Hips going side to side. Huh, Andy bit. Yeah, you could do this too. And then coming back to neutral. Walk the right foot over, left leg stays on top, so you're in a double pigeon. If this is too intense, yeah, you can always bring a prop in between the thighs. You can also cross the leg in front of the shin. Take a huge breath, lift up nice and tall, and then hinging from your hips, start to come forward. And it may just be a simple tilt. And support yourself with your hands on the legs or down in front of you. Maybe you're feeling pretty flexy this morning and you start to walk down to your forearms. The beauty of yoga is that there's no real way to be good at a pose, except for the crazy arm balances. But beyond that, everything is just about feeling, being in sensation, being with your breath. Just taking a moment to intentionally breathe here. Sit with sensation, to be kind to yourself even in the intensity. Notice if your breath has paused, weave that deep inhale back in, mirrored by that strong exhale. Inhale, walk your way back upright. And we'll shift sides, or switch sides rather. So left foot comes down, right ankle crosses up over top. Take a moment just establishing this here. And then weave in some movement. Maybe you get a hip pop or two, which is always exciting when that occurs. Now, as you feel ready, bringing it to a stopping point. Walk the heel in a little bit closer, lift up to the heart just to feel the stretch. And then walk that left foot over to the right, stacking your shins. Sit up tall. Yeah, perfect. So your spine is long. Then exhale, hinge forward. And it could literally be just a tilt. Notice where your breath is. Start to draw it deeper down into your hips. So your awareness, your breath, everything shifts down this first and second chakra region. Perhaps closing your eyes if they aren't already. Just a few more breaths. Inhale, rise up out of the fold. Send your legs forward. Shake it out. Remember the first time I heard Taylor Swift's song and I was doing this, I started laughing really hard to myself. Shake hands. Okay. Anyways, I'm just going to entertain myself this morning. Come on to your back. Make sure you have your fancy roll or block reachable. And we're going to start out with just a basic elbow to knee, so you don't need it right yet. Interlace hands behind your head and then switch your fingers over one position so you're clasping in your non-habitual way. Knees stack over your hips, less than a 90-degree angle with the knees. And if this bothers your low back at any point, you can bring the feet down to the ground and do that same action. Take a huge breath through the low back. On exhale, lift head and shoulders and then relax your head into your hands. So your head and neck are supported completely. Take a deep breath into the low back. Hold that breath, press mid-back into mat. Curl tailbone, exhale, elbows towards left thigh, reach right leg forward at a 45-degree angle, hold low belly down. Inhale, bend both knees, come back to center. Hold the breath, curl tailbone, exhale, elbows towards right thigh, reach forward through that left toe, spread the toes wide, hold belly down. Inhale to center, hold the breath, press mid-back into mat, curl tailbone, exhale, elbows towards left thigh, reach forward through the right foot, hold belly down, tuck a little more, just for kicks. Inhale, come back through center. Hold the breath, press mid-back into mat, curl tailbone, exhale, elbows towards right thigh, reach forward through that left foot, hold belly down, tuck a little more. Back through center, hold the breath, press mid-back into mat, curl tailbone, exhale, elbows towards left thigh, reach forward through that right foot, pull belly down, tuck a little more. Inhale to center, hold the breath, press mid-back into mat, curl tailbone, exhale, elbows towards right thigh, reach forward through the left foot, pull belly down, curl the tailbone one last time. Inhale back to center and release. Supta Baddha Konasana, so soles of your feet come together, also known as butterfly or cobbler's pose. Knees splay open. And if it feels good, reach your arms overhead so you get this full torso stretch. Maybe you're lucky enough to induce a yawn or two. Feeling into this pose. Exhale, lower your arms back by your sides. Help the knees back together. Grab hold of your rolled up mat or your block if that's your apparatus of choice. Bring it in between your thighs, snug up towards the pubic bone. Legs extend straight up towards the sky. Once again, if this bothers low back or pulls on your joints or muscles, bend your knees. And if that feels like too much still, bring the feet all the way to the ground. So you're finding the version that works best for your body today. Interlace hands behind your head. Your choice here with feet, you can either pointing the balls of the feet up, flexing the toes back, or you can flex the feet towards your shins. Take a huge breath down into the low back. Hold the breath, press mid-back into mat, curl tailbone up, squeeze your prop. Exhale, lift head and shoulders. Squeeze a little more, pull belly down. Inhale, lower head and shoulders. Hold the breath. Press mid-back into mat. Curl tailbone. Squeeze the prop. Exhale. Lift head and shoulders. Shoulder blades come up. Squeeze a little more. Pull belly down. Inhale, lower head and shoulders. Okay, we're combining twisting abs with gate opener. So it's going to be all sorts of crazy. Take a deep breath into the low back. Hold the breath. Press mid-back up. Or put mid-back into the mat. Curl tailbone. Squeeze the prop, exhale, lift head and shoulders. Squeeze a little more, pull belly down. Inhale, keep head and shoulders up. Squeeze your prop, curl tailbone another time. Exhale, elbows towards left thigh. Squeeze a little more, pull belly down. Inhale to center, hold the breath. Squeeze, curl tailbone. Exhale, elbows towards right thigh. Squeeze, pull belly down. Inhale, back to center, hold the breath. Squeeze your prop. curl tailbone. Exhale, lift head and shoulders even higher. Pull low belly down. Inhale, bring left hand to prop, straddle the legs. Yep. Exhale, curl tailbone, reach out through thighs, pull belly down. Inhale, legs back together, lower head and shoulders. Hold the breath, press mid back in the mat. Curl tailbone, squeeze. Exhale, lift head and shoulders. Squeeze a little more, pull belly down. Inhale, keep head and shoulders up. Squeeze the prop. Curl tailbone. Exhale, elbows towards left thigh. Squeeze a little more, pull belly down. Inhale, torso to center, hold full. Squeeze. Curl tailbone. Exhale, elbows towards right thigh. Squeeze, pull belly down. Inhale, torso to center. Hold the breath. Squeeze your prop. Exhale, lift torso higher, lift legs higher, pull belly down. Inhale, right hand to prop, straddle the legs. Exhale, curl tailbone. Reach out through thighs, pull belly down. Inhale, bring legs back together and release. Set your prop aside. Let's do a few little butterfly to rock moves before we move into bridge. So feet about mat width apart. Exhale, knees over to one side. Inhale through center. Exhale, over to the other side. Just getting a little bit of movement here. But make sure your prop is reachable. You don't need it quite yet, but you'll need it eventually. So, setting up for your bridge pose, knees stack over heels, feet about hip width apart. On inhale, peel the spine away from the mat, lifting into bridge. Activate through the quads, so really firing up through the legs to create that lift through the front body. Anything you'd like with your arms here to start. Perhaps closing your eyes so your breath and your awareness is focused more internally and more into this frontal plane of the body. Moving into a bridge pose with a hip stretch. So if you'd like a prop, you can place your rolled up mat underneath the sit bones. Otherwise, you can do this without a rolled up mat. I recommend bringing your arms by your sides, almost as like goalposts pointing to the sky. Left foot stays rooted to the ground. Inhale, extend the right leg straight up towards the trees. Yes, awesome. Keep pressing down through that left foot, reaching up to the right, so you've got a lot of activation happening here. Exhale, bend the right knee, cross your right ankle over the left thigh, similar to how we began practice. This time though, draw the right knee down, traction the thigh bone forward, breathe into this right hip. Two more breaths here. Inhale, re-extend the right leg. Exhale, lower the right foot to the mat. Readjust your prop if you have it. Inhale, extend the left leg up to the sky. Spread the toes, press the foot like you're trying to reach towards the tree limbs, towards the ceiling, whatever is above you. Exhale, bend the left knee, cross your ankle over the thigh. Start to draw that left knee down, and then traction the thigh isometrically forward. So it's not a lot of action happening, but it's more of a movement towards. Breathe into this left hip. We'll take two more breaths. Inhale, re-extend the left leg. Exhale, slowly lower your foot to the mat. Remove any props under your hips. Lift the hips up a little bit higher. Take one more breath, bridge. Bridge breath. And exhale, curl tailbone, roll the spine back down to the mat. Release your back body here, either pressing the thighs away or hugging the knees into your chest. And make your way over to your left side. Keep your neck relaxed. Press your way up to a seat on your mat. Come all the way forward. Little turbo dog action just for fun. So hands are slightly in front of your shoulders. We'll start with turbo puppy. Start to bend the elbows so they're hovering above the ground about 1 to 3 inches. And then imagine that there's imagine that there's a balloon. If it's imagining, I'm going to stop. Imagine there's a balloon in between your forearms and try to pop it. So squeeze the forearms isometrically towards one another. Yeah. Let the head hang. Breathe into the back of your heart. You can stay here in turbo puppy or turn it into a turbo dog by curling your toes under, lifting the hips to the sky. Still keeping the elbows bent, hovering above the earth. Get that strong chest action by squeezing the forearms towards one another. 3 more breaths. I once had a teacher make us hold this for 3 minutes. It was evil. Exhale, lower your knees down to the ground and we'll set up for a dolphin pose. So forearms to the earth, either forearms parallel or hands clasped at the top. Elbows directly under your shoulders. You don't want them out because that puts weird pressure on the joints. Take a huge breath into the back of the heart. Exhale, tuck your toes under. Nice, David. Lift the hips up to the sky, coming into dolphin. Knees can be bent. It's more important here about having that straight, long spine. So really press into the earth with the forearms. Keep the chest active. So there's that slight squeeze towards center line to the forearms. Hips extend to the sky using the core muscles we just activated. Nice. Press your chest more towards the shins. Lift up through the sit bones. Awesome. Find the breath. And then even in this place of intensity, can you find a bit of softness? You find a little kindness to your body. 3 more breaths. Maybe your jaw relaxes. Exhale, lower your knees to the earth. Child's pose, embryo, or puppy. So if it feels okay, settle your hips to your heels, arms extend in front of you, or any variation along those lines. Just taking a few deep breaths, letting the earth hold you. Really, Tanner? You're okay. Ease your way back up to hands and knees. Tinder, did you just realize that people were back here again? Oh yeah.
What was it?
What was it? We'll just go to Heather.
All
Alright. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Really? Yeah, you forgot? You forgot? What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, good stretch. Good down dog. Yeah, nice job. Take a few breaths here. Walk it out. Bend and straighten the legs. Shift your hips a little side to side. Sometimes I like to walk my feet mat width apart. Shifting the hips to one side, feeling that deliciously intense stretch along the outer thigh, maybe down to the outer calf. And then shifting to the other side just to balance it out. Walk your feet back together. Exhale, step your way up to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, spinal extension, that halfway lift. Exhale to fold it in. Do that a few more times. Inhale, spinal extension. Exhale, forward fold. Last one, reach back to the sit bones, lengthen through the crown of your head. Exhale, fold it back in, tiny boo. Inhale, rise all the way up to standing, arms sweep overhead, maybe a little back bend here. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, re-extend the arms. Exhale, fold Uttanasana. Inhale, step left foot back, lunge. Lower that left knee down to the ground. Lift and open through the torso. We'll hang out here for a few breaths. Just extending into that hip joint, maybe the obliques. Exhale, lower your hands to the mat. Step back to plank pose. You can always skip the vinyasa and move directly to down dog. So that's one option. Otherwise, move with me to the Vinyasa Chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, lifting the heart. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Inhale, step left foot forward, lunge. Lower that right knee down, lift and open through the torso. One, both, or none, arms reaching to the sky. Breathing here. Filling up wherever you feel space with that breath. Exhale, hands to the earth, forward fold. Drawing in through the belly, start to rise up. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead. Maybe a little back bend. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Little flow here. Inhale, step right foot back, lunge. Keep the inhale going, lift and open. Exhale, hands to the earth, step to plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right foot forward, lunge. Open it up. Beautiful. Exhale, hands to the earth, forward fold. Inhale, to stand, rising up. Exhale, hands to heart. Keep this flow going. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, step left foot back, lunge. Lift and open to the chest. Exhale, hands to the mat, step to plank. Really close out, trust that little one. Chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Inhale, step left foot forward, lunge. Lift and open. Exhale, hands to the earth. Forward fold. Inhale, rise up. Reaching tall, exhale, hands to heart. Last round here, inhale, re-extend. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, right foot back, lunge. Open it up, full expression. Exhale, hands to the earth, plank. Continue that vinyasa. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale to down dog. Inhale, right foot forward, lunge. Open it up. Exhale, hands to the earth, forward fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Close your eyes, just take a moment to feel. Weave back that intention in of kindness, of softness. Inhale, sweep your arms back up to the sky. And exhale, lower your arms to your sides. All right, horse stance. So, slowly open your eyes. Walk your feet about 4 feet apart. That's not 4 feet. No, because you're going to bend your knees. There you go. Yeah, there you go. So you want your knees over your ankles. Hanging out here. Arms hang in front of you. Shoulder shrugs in horse stance. Take a huge breath into the upper back. Hold full, reach the shoulders up as high as you can. Pull them straight back. Exhale, keep squeezing as you drag the shoulder blades down the spine. Inhale into the upper back. Exhale, hug mid-shoulder blades towards spine. Squeeze as you pull down. Inhale into the upper back. Exhale, bend elbows, draw bottom tips of shoulder blades, elbows towards spine, keep squeezing as you pull down. Release the arms, draw out the shoulders. Stay in your horse stance. We're doing one more round here. Deep breath into the back of the heart. Hold that breath, reach shoulders up as high as you can. Draw them straight back, keep squeezing. Yeah, exhale, drag the shoulder blades down. Inhale into the back of the heart. Exhale, draw the mid-shoulder blades towards spine, pull down. Inhale into the back of the heart. Exhale, bend elbows. Draw bottom tips of shoulder blades, elbows towards spine, pull down. Release the arms, roll out the shoulders, stay in your horse. Stay in it. All right, float the arms up. Reach through that right hand, up and over. Bring the forearm down to the thigh. Left arm stretches up. Nice little side body stretch. Kind of feel like a ballerina here. You guys look like ballerinas. Beautiful. Take 2 more breaths. And then coming into a neck stretch. Reach just the left arm over to the left. Keep the head relaxing. Breathe here. Reach through that left hand, come all the way upright. Second side. Left arm comes down, right arm reaches overhead. Try to keep both knees bent so there's a lot of activity happening in the legs. Inhale, reach the right arm over to the right, neck stretch. Maybe move the jaw a little. Reach through that right arm, come back upright. Come a little bit deeper, and then straighten out the legs. Parallel the inner edges of your feet. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Just start to hinge from the hips, diving down. Prasarita Padottanasana, just hanging out here. Whatever you like with your arms, they can rest towards the ground. You can interlace the hands behind you to get a shoulder stretch. Just taking a few breaths here. Inhale, halfway lift. Engage the core. You have 2 options. Option 1, hands on hips. Option 2, extend your arms out like wings. Come all the way back upright. Heel toe the feet together. Or you're a little hop. And then inhale. Float the arms back up to the sky. Exhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Don't worry, we won't stay long. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift that spinal extension. Exhale, plant your hands on the mat and just step your way back to plank. A little more core action here. So feel your tailbone tuck so your hips are in the same plane as your shoulders. Feel that engagement all the way through the abdominals. Awesome. If you have a choice, you can go directly back to down dog or flow through that Vinyasa Chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Shoulder blades back. Yes. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale out the mouth. Again, like that, deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. Inhale. Slowly float the left leg up to the sky. So slow, controlled, intentional movement here. Spread your left toes. Reach that leg longer first. Then feel for it going a little bit higher, just because it can. Exhale, hug left knee into chest. Lift up in between the shoulders, then set the left foot down softly. Warrior 2. So back heel roots down. Inhale, rise up. So facing this right side of your mat. Arms parallel to the earth, softness to the shoulders. What are you eating, Tinder? We don't know. Okay. Soften the shoulders, reach to the arms. Archer Warrior 2. So take that left hand up to the sky. We'll start with the right hand on the left elbow. Welcome to stay here. Or take the right arm, wrap it behind your back, clasping hands or grabbing clothing. Breathe into the chest and soften through the shoulders here. If you want to add a little bit of a reverse warrior to this, you can start to lean towards the right leg, opening a little more through this left side body. Inhale, bring the torso back up. Re-extend the arms. Exhale, lower the arms behind you, interlace the fingers. You're welcome to stay upright for this pose or dive it forward, ostrich. Torso coming to the inside of that left leg. Clasp hands reaching away from the sit bones. Head hangs heavy. Breathing into the intensity, making sure your breath is not struggling, it's fluid. And just feel the strength in your legs supporting you here. Lower the clasp, fire back up through your legs, come all the way upright, back through Warrior 2. Extend out through the arms, straighten out the left leg. Shorten your stance a little bit. Srikanasana, triangle pose. Left hand reaches forward and then down. Right arm extends to the sky. Fill this pose with breath. Notice where you can weave in a little more ease, a little more softening. Draw both shoulders away from your ears. Take one more inhale. Exhale, bend the left knee. Windmill your hands all the way back down to the earth. Step back to plank. Your choice, directly into down dog or flow chaturanga. Inhale, lift the heart. Nice, Heather. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Inhale to slowly extend the right leg up and back. Spread those right toes, reach it long, then maybe getting some height. Fill this pose with breath. Without momentum, step the right knee, or draw the right knee forward, step the foot through, Warrior 2, back heel roots down. Inhale, rise up. Facing the left side of your mat. And take a moment just situating yourself in your pose. Hips squaring to the side of the mat, right knee stacked over the ankle. Arms parallel to the earth. Breath supporting you in your pose. Archer Warrior 2. Reach that right arm to the sky, bend to the elbow. Left hand comes to the elbow, start to coax the elbow further down. This may be where you stay. Or take the left hand, wrap it behind the back, grabbing clothing, clasping hands, whatever you can reach here. Soften through the shoulders. Relax through the jaw. Maybe turn this into a bit of a reverse warrior, starting to lean the torso towards the left leg. Inhale, torso comes back upright. Re-extend the arms. Straighten out the right leg, maybe shorten your stance. here. Oh wait, I lied. We're not doing that yet. Bring your legs wider apart again. Relax your arms behind you. Ostrich pose. Knuckles draw down. Lift through the chest. Then exhale. Fold forward towards the inside of that right leg. If that bothers your shoulders at all, you can always bring the hands to the ground. If it bothers your hips, you can always stay upright. So you're taking a version that works for your body. Feeling out each and every moment of the pose to assess what's best for you. Yeah, can you let the head hang a little bit heavier? Even more, Katie. Yeah, there you go. Just let it hang towards the earth. Lower the clasp, fire up through the legs, come all the way back up through Warrior Two. Now we get to do triangle. It was wishful thinking on my behalf earlier. Straighten out the right leg. Reach forward through that right hand. Tip it over, right hand to the shin, left arm to the sky. Full, long breaths, filling up this pose. Imagining that your breath is so fluid here that it can extend into every nook and cranny. Enlivening every inch of your body. Exhale, bend into the right knee. Windmill your hands all the way down to the mat. Step back to plank pose. Your choice, Vinyasa or directly to down dog. Move intentionally with your breath. We'll all meet up in down dog. And you also have the option to always turn a down dog into a turbo dog if you want a little more intensity in your pose. Never necessary, but always there as an option. Your inhale, float the left leg, controlled, up to the sky. Bend that left knee, open up through the hip. So if you've got tight hip flexors or strong abdominals, this can be a really delicious stretch in that left side body. Inhale, float the left leg back up to the sky. Listen carefully. Left knee crosses over the body, the outer edge of right arm. A little crunch here. Inhale, re-extend the left leg. Exhale, step left foot through. Keep the back heel lifted. Now, there's always an option of bringing the back knee down for more support. Otherwise, keep that right knee elevated. Float the arms behind you. Engage the back body. Come all the way up, crescent lunge. Come deeper into your lunge. Lift through the heart. Breathe into this frontal plane of the body. Notice if you're stressing by lifting the shoulders, soften. Exhale, bend the elbows, lift through the heart. So remembering this intention of weaving in that ease. Can you breathe into the chest, softening around the intensity? Inhale, re-extend the arms. Exhale into a spinal twist, either hooking the right elbow over the left thigh for that prayer twist, or bringing the right hand down to the ground, left arm reaching up to the sky. So taking a version that feels better to your body. The depth doesn't matter. If your breath has stopped, bring it back in. Exhale, lower the left hand down. Both hands come to the inside of the left foot. Lower the right knee down to the ground. This may be where you stay. You feel like a lot of intensity here, just stay. Otherwise, maybe make your way down to your forearms. Also bring them onto your prop. If you'd like a little more energy in the pose, curl the right toes under, pick up the right knee. Soft squeeze of that left thigh towards center. Breathe down into the hips. Exhale, right knee to the earth. If it's not already, come back up onto the palms of your hands. Step your way back softly and kindly to plank pose. Your choice, vinyasa or directly to down dog. You can always add an extra push-up too if you need a little more strength work today. Inhale, float the right leg up to the sky. Exhale, bend the right knee, open up through the hip. Breathing into this right side body, this right hip flexor. Inhale, re-extend the right leg. Exhale, cross body crunch, bring the right knee to the outer edge of left arm. Inhale, re-extend the right leg. Exhale, step right foot through, setting up for crescent lunge. Knee is stacked over the heel. Back knee can be down or lifted. Float the arms back behind you, get that activation. Inhale, rise up. And then lift through the heart, feel for space in this front body. Weave the breath into the abdominals, up into the heart. Exhale, bend the elbows, lift even more through the chest. Weave in that softness. Inhale, re-extend the arms. Exhale into your spinal twist. Mirroring the former side, either that prayer twist or left hand down, right arm up. Breathing here. Yeah, back knee can always come down for support. Notice where the twist is originating from in your body. With each inhale, expand just outside the parameters of that origination. With each exhale, connect back to that place. Feel your core engaged, supporting this unwinding. Exhale, lower the right hand down. Left knee comes to the earth, both hands to the inside of that right foot. And this can be where you hang. Just hanging out here. Or maybe coming all the way down to your forearms. Perhaps tucking the back toes under, lifting up to that left knee. Breathing down into the hips, into the quadricep. Exhale, lower the left knee down if it's not already. Press back up to palms. Step your way back to plank pose. Slow, controlled, optional vinyasa here. We'll all meet up and downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and down dog. Exhale out the mouth. Inhale, float that left leg to the sky. Exhale, left knee to outer edge of left arm. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, step left foot through. Warrior two, once again, rising up. Take a moment, feeling back into this warrior. See if you can go a little bit deeper. Reverse the warrior, flip the left palm to the sky, right hand to hip. Reach up and back, opening this left side body. Yeah, there you go. Breathing here from the left hip all the way up to the fingertips. If you prefer a neck stretch, you can reach that left arm forward. Maybe even close your eyes and just dive into sensation with your awareness. Inhale, come back upright. All right, exhale. Straighten out the left leg. Parallel the inner edges of your feet so you're facing the right side of your mat. Exhale, fold forward once again. Reach down. It's called flank stretch. Bring both hands to that left foot, or left ankle rather. Right elbow will start to draw down towards the ground, start to turn towards the left side of the torso. This can be where you stay, or add a bit more of a twist. Extend the left arm to the sky. Maybe add a little bit more, wrapping this left arm behind the back, perhaps even grabbing hold of the inside of the right thigh. If you want a deeper twist, pull away from the left leg, twist open through the chest. A lot of stuff potentially happening here. Head hangs heavy. Notice if you're trying to do the pose with your neck, let it go. If your left arm is behind the back, re-extend it. Exhale, lower both hands to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, extending the spine. Then walk your hands to the top of your mat, come into Pigeon Pose. Left foot walks over to the right side of the mat, setting up for Pigeon. You can also come onto your back to take a reclined variation. Some of you did like full dance moves, twisting on the mat. It's impressive. Just going into this sleepy swan variation where you're letting yourself be heavy. Breathing into the stretch. Out 4 more breaths here. Inhale, start to ease your way up, and we'll all meet back in the downward facing dog. Take your time to get there. From downward facing dog, float the right leg up to the sky. Exhale, right knee to outer edge of right arm. Little crunch here. Inhale, re-extend the right leg. Exhale, step right foot through, warrior 2. Just noticing this warrior. Get that strong Ujjayi breath even now. Reverse the warrior. Flip the right palm to the sky. Exhale, reach up and back, opening this right side body. Breathing into the rib cage, stretching out the obliques. Maybe taking that neck stretch if that feels good. About 5 more breaths here. Inhale, reach through the right arm, rise back upright. Straighten out the right leg, parallel the inner edges of your feet. Exhale, fold forward. Reach down, grab hold of the right leg with both hands. You may need to walk the feet closer together. Left elbow reaches towards the ground. Option to stay here in this flank stretch. Or float the right arm up to the sky, maybe wrap it around the back, grabbing hold of the inner thigh if that's accessible. And pulling away from that right leg, twisting even more open towards the sky. Long, fluid breaths here. your arms behind your back. Inhale, re-extend it. Exhale, lower both hands to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift that spinal extension. Exhale, walk your hands to the top of your mat. Arrive in Pigeon Pose. Right foot inches over to the outside of your mat. You can always come onto your back to take that reclined variation. At your own pace, lower on down. Taking about 5 to 7 breaths. Softening here. Feel for where you can let go a little bit more. Where you're still holding on, where you're still gripping. You melt a layer or two off. Now ease your way back up. We'll all make our way into a final downward facing dog. Take your time to get there. Exhale to lower your knees to the earth. Take a seat, look up here for a minute. So if you need to come sit seated on your sit bones, go for it. All right. One final hurrah. Today is frog pose. So, it's going to be a little precarious on this, so I'm going to do my best. What you will do is you will walk your knees apart as far as you can. You don't have to do it quite yet. The goal here, let's see how I can do this. I don't know, but this might be very interesting. The goal here is to keep the feet flexed back towards the shins, creating a 90-degree angle with the knee joint. Thigh bone is coming directly out of the hip at a 90-degree angle as well. So you can turn so that you're more on your mat. You can also keep yourself exactly as you are. Your goal here is to, I'm just going to turn this way and go inside the house. That's my best option here. So I'm going to do this. You guys get to see my butt. Hope you don't mind. All right, knees in line with your hips. Walk the legs apart. Come down onto your forearms. It's a very uncomfortable pose. So we're just going to hang out there for about 10 breaths. You can also lay over that roll, placing it under your belly or your hips for some more support. And just breathe. Yeah. Keep the feet flexed back towards your shins, protecting the joints. Yeah, you guys all got it. Breathe here. Maybe you can lay down on the ground. Go for it if you can. This porch variation is quite supported. If you don't feel it like it's intense, shift the hips forward and back and tuck the tailbone under more, and that will intensify the pose. About 5 more breaths. Listen carefully. You have 2 ways out of this pose. Option 1 is to walk your way back up the way you came into it. The other option is our little curve flop, where it seems impossible, but you literally, it's way easier. You just walk the torso forward and the legs go out straight. So either version works. Eventually bring your legs back together, maybe giving them a little shake out. And then at your own pace, make your way onto your back. So being kind to your body. Frog is a super intense pose. Lay all the way onto your back. Reach your arms overhead. I'm sure that was quite entertaining from the camera and from your point of views. Reach your arms overhead. And just breathe here. From here, take any final movement or pose of choice. So that could be a final spinal twist. Maybe it's a shoulder stand. Maybe it's Viparita Karani. Maybe it's another bridge pose. If you feel totally complete, you can move directly into Shavasana. Otherwise, if you need some time, taking 5 to 10 breaths to complete your practice. Eventually making your way into Shavasana. Allowing your body to be heavy, supported by the earth. Indie. Letting your awareness soften, your breath soften. Letting go, surrendering to these last few minutes of class. Inhale to sweep your arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart.